Hey, 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 how y'all doing? I hope you are having a good day like I am. Rejoicing in the Lord and giving Him praise as we should try to do every day, even on days we don't feel like it, y'all. So today's reading is coming from Joshua chapter 10, and I'm going to start at verse 7. So this is the part where God was allowing Joshua to go and help another army, where five kings had tried to come up against them to destroy them and take them out, and they cried out to Joshua because they had made peace with him, and they knew that without Joshua they would not be able to stand against the army that was coming up against them. These were five kings coming up to try to kill them and to take them out. And so, because they had already heard of, the goodness that God used Joshua to do to destroy, certain kingdoms and things of that nature throughout this chapter. So they went on ahead and they came to Joshua because they knew that he had God with him, and nothing coming against him would be able to withstand. So, starting at verse 7, this is when God spoke to Joshua and told him that, it was okay, he can go on ahead and march out with the army. So Joshua marched up from Gilgal with his entire army, including all the best fighting men. The Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid of them. I have given them into your hand. Not one of them will be able to withstand you." After an all-night march from Gilgal, Joshua took them by surprise. The Lord threw them into confusion before Israel, who defeated them in a great victory at Gibeon. Israel pursued them along the road going up to Beth Horon and cut them down all the way to Azekah, Azekah, or in Makkedah. I'm not sure if I'm saying those words right. I'm sorry. As they fled before Israel on the road down from Beth Horon and Azekah, the Lord hurled large hailstones down on them from the sky, and more of them died from the hailstones than were killed by the swords of the Israelites. What? Oh! On the day the Lord gave the Amorites over to Israel, Joshua said to the Lord in the presence of Israel, "O sun, stand still over Gibeon. O moon, over the valley of Ajalon, whatever." So the sun stood still and the moon stopped till the nation avenged itself and its enemies. As it is written in the book of Jashar, the sun stopped in the middle of the sky and delayed going down about a full day. There has never been a day like it before or since, a day when the Lord listened to a man. Surely the Lord was fighting for Israel. Then Joshua returned with all the camp at Gilgal. So I'm going to stop there. So what brought me to this word, I'm going on about my day, and God began to speak to me, and He said, within my spirit, He said that out of nowhere, He just said, they can go to the astrologers to try to find out what my hand is doing for my people, but it won't work. He says they can, I'll say it again. He says they can go to the astrologers, but the astrologers will not be able to tell them what God's hand is doing for His people. So that's to start off, because of course we know that the enemy is trying to do anything that they possibly can in our lives today, even like it was back then, to try to find out what it is that God's hand is doing so that they can attack you and to try to block you or delay you any way possible, or cause you to fall into sin-like ways, that thing that you're fighting against, that lust desire that you've been battling with, that love after things that are not of God, and things of that nature. The enemy is trying to hit you with everything that they possibly can to delay you, to stop God's hand, to stop up God's ears where he cannot hear you. That's what they want. They want you in a state of feeling comfortable in sin and you not recognizing what it is that you're doing. But no, we're much too wise for that. And that's totally off subject, you guys. But I was supposed to have been got on and actually did a message on that, because the Lord had been dealing with me and helping me. I actually was crying out for you all and myself, because when I talk to you all, before I give the word that God places in my heart, no matter what type of message it is, believe me, I go against myself first. I battle my flesh first to make sure I'm in order and I'm in line and that I've repented. Because I don't want to be one of those people that's telling you all what to do and I myself fall short. So I'm not that kind of person at all. No. I bow down just like y'all have to bow down to God. So anyway, in this particular story, God needs somebody to know out there today that your enemies are going to fall into a place of confusion. As a matter of fact, they're already in that place right now. They don't understand what God is doing. They want to know. They're seeking to discover what his plans are for your life and for the victory that is surely coming your way. God needs you to continue to look up to him and praise him and continue to remain at peace and rest in him, for the victory is surely yours. You are not going to lose out. You are not going to miss out. God is battling. Even though you can't see that things are falling in line for you, I surely want you to know that God's hand has not stopped moving for you. And just like he led Joshua and went before him, did you hear that? What I read? They didn't even have to battle that much. God had hails and stones falling, killing half of the people, where Israel only had to battle so much. So this thing that you're handling, that you're going through right now, I guarantee you God is handling more on the back end than what you can currently see. You are only dealing with a short measure of it. Okay? We have to get to a point where we don't get it twisted. God is battling for us. He does not sleep. He does not stop. He does not retire. He continues to move for us. Things that we cannot see. Things that are coming far along the way. God is with us. He will not leave us nor forsake us. And we have to learn how to stand on that, people of God. And just like Joshua was able to stand up. And I know I would have had fear. I'm telling God what not to do. Don't let the sun go down until this army we're battling is defeated. God will not let this year end without you seeing the victory. If you don't see it fall, if you don't see it coming to pass, you will surely know that it's lining up for next year. It's not going to be a guess. It's not going to be, I think. It's not going to be, I don't know. You're going to know that God is lining something up for you. Some of you all, like me, I'm seeing it, I'm living in it, I'm walking in it, but I'm also being obedient to what God has spoken to me. And with all of us out there today, you all, God has told you something that you're supposed to be doing to continue to allow yourself to be lined up in him so that you don't miss out on his hand. And again, if you continue reading on in that chapter, going on to verse 16. So this speaks on when the 5 Amorite kings were killed. So I'll go ahead and finish reading up that for you. It says, now the 5 kings had fled and hidden in a cave at Mekkedah. When Joshua was told that the 5 kings had been found hiding in the cave at Mekkedah, he said, roll large rocks up to the mouth of the cave and post some man there to guard it. But don't stop. Pursue your enemies, attack them from the rear, and don't let them reach their cities. For the Lord your God has given them into your hand. So Joshua and the Israelites destroyed them completely, almost to a man. But the few who were left reached their fortified cities. The whole army then returned safely to Joshua in the camp at Mekkedah, and no one uttered a word against the Israelites. Joshua said, "Open the mouth of the cave and bring those 5 kings out to me." So they brought the 5 kings out of the cave, and the kings of Jerusalem, Hebron, Jarmuth, Lachish, and Eglon. When they had brought these kings to Joshua, he summoned all the men of Israel and said to the army commanders who had come with him, "Come here and put your feet on the necks of these kings." So they came forward and placed their feet on their necks. Joshua said to them, "Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Be strong and courageous. This is what the Lord your God will do to all of your enemies you are going to fight." Then Joshua struck and killed the kings and hung them on 5 trees, and they were left hanging on the trees until evening. At sunset, Joshua gave the order, and they took them down from the trees and threw them into the cave where they had been hiding. At the mouth of the cave, they placed large rocks, which are there this day still. That day Joshua took Mekkedah. He put the city and its king to the sword and totally destroyed everyone in it. He left no survivors. And he did to the king of Mekkedah as he had done to the king of Jericho. So I don't know what it is that you're facing today, but they messed with the wrong one. They didn't know that by them coming up against you and you being God's child, they will not be able to withstand. They will not be able to take you out in this battle. They will not get the victory over your lives. And people of God, we have to get to a place to where we understand that even our enemies, although we have love in our heart, some of them we are not going to be able to take with us. Some of them are going to be your family. I'm talking about people you love, you're close to. You're not going to be able to take them with you. God is getting ready to bring people down, and your eyes will see it. And I'm not telling you to be happy about it and rejoice about it, because we don't like to see people fall. Especially those of us who have good hearts. We love, Love is in us, and it's not going to change us no matter how or what it is that God allows us to have in this lifetime. Love is going to always be present first, but we have to be very careful, because everybody who we think is for us is not really for us. They're really working against us. They're sent in by the enemy to find out what it is that you're doing, your weaknesses, things that they feel that they can use against you to cause God's hand in your life to be hindered. But we have to get to a point to where we're looking to God. We have no trust. We don't hear what man says. We can listen, but we have to know what it is that we're taking in and we're allowing to enter into us spiritually. Because like my husband says, everything carries a spirit, and we have to be awakened to that and know that, if God be for us, who could be against us? Look at there. He turned the whole army into the midst of confusion before Israel. Israel didn't even have much to do. God had already did all the heavy work and had everything lined up for them. All they had to do was go get it. A fight is always necessary. And to me, if you are going after something that you know that God is the only one that can open up that door for you and make that way for you, to me a fight is necessary, because once you get past all of the sorrow and the bad days and the days where you were angry and you didn't understand, you felt locked out or far away from the hand of God, when you finally get past all that and God causes you to walk into that thing that he's made a way for you to be able to receive, you're going to walk in that thing and you're going to know how to appreciate it, and you will know how to remain in God, and no man, no woman, I don't care who it is, they're not going to be able to take you off the path that God has caused your feet to walk on today. And it's coming to pass, you all. You might be in that place of sorrow today. You might feel like everybody then has messed over you or forgotten you. But I guarantee you at the end of the day, the final he will be them having to come to you. They're going to need you before you will need them. Yes, some of these people that's laughed at you, talked about you, they're going to need you at the end of the day. And you're going to be in that humble position. We're not going to lose sight that God is with us. Okay, he's near and dear to us, so we're not going to get to a point to where we're so, you laughed at me, so I'm not going to help you. No, we're going to be humble, steadfast in the Lord, taking heed to whatever it is he places in our heart. We can help people, but we got to know when to draw that line. Okay? So, I don't know who this is for, but I know I'm one of them. Don't worry about what the enemy is doing, because this battle here, it's the Lord's, and he's going to see to it that you get the victory for his name's sake. You all have a good day, and I'll see you all next time. I hope this word helps you.